Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna work on this Celtic knot bracelet, and this one I used these beads. So it's DB249, DB007, and Delica beads in my shop come in 22-gram tubes, and I used black Nymo size B. For the bracelet we're gonna make today, I'm gonna use these two colors. So this is gray and olive with bronze coating, I think. And the codes are DB133, DB1570, again 22-gram tubes, and I'm gonna use this cream Nymo size B. Now these are the main ingredients. You're gonna need as well some beading needle size 10, ruler, scissors, velcro. You can find them in my shop. They come in 5cm strips, a glue and a stick to spread it, and a pen. That's it. So I'm gonna thread my needle and we'll get to work. So I'm not gonna do the whole thing. As you can see, I already have a strip going. So if you're a beginner, this isn't exactly a tutorial for you, so I would suggest to start something simpler. Here we have a peyote, 32 beads wide, 32. So I have enough strip going because here I'm gonna do something different. For a clasp, I'm gonna use velcro. So all you have to do is this. How easy that is to put on and take off. I was quite happy to come up with this idea. So I made enough strip here to add the velcro, and now we're gonna straight ahead go into this. This is very similar to twist bracelet, so if you have done that, this is gonna be pretty easy for you. I'm gonna show you two units. This is one unit and this is the second unit, and everything else is a repetition of those two units. So in each unit you have 8 strips of separate peyote, and each strip is 19 rows high. So to do that, instead of counting 19 rows, all we're gonna do, we count the beads first. In the middle I'm using this olive, so I'm gonna count 19 beads. 5, 10, 15, 19, and make sure you have the correct amount. And let's start. So here I am. On the outside I'm using gray, so I'm gonna pick up one gray, one olive, and back. One gray, one olive, one gray, one olive, one gray, one olive, and continue until you finish your olive beads. So I finished. Now we have to start the second row. To do that, I have to take my needle there, and I'm just gonna go through the beads. Plus it allows you to strengthen the strip, because doing peyote, 4-row peyote, can be a bit tricky, and sometimes it can end up a bit loose. So doing this will make it nice and strong. So if you can see, I'm coming out of the very base bead. Sorry for it's not hair. I'm using felt as a bead mat. So if you see that kind of blonde hairs, it's my bead mat. So here we do the same thing again. So I have my 19 olive beads. We start again. Gray. I'm gonna just bend this down so it doesn't get on the way. Gray, olive, gray, turning back, olive, back, gray, olive, and you continue until you finish all your 19 beads. And again, you go back, start another strip, and meet me back when you have all 8. So here I have all 8 rows ready. Now what we do is make twists. In the first row, you take the first one, go over the second, third one over the fourth, and so and so. So to keep that in place, I'm gonna take this 7th, go over the 8th, like so. I'm gonna take my needle through this 2nd from the top, go all the way to the end bit. Like so. Pull your thread. Now we're just gonna do peyote. Just make sure to grab the correct color. So on top of the gray you have to put gray, on top of the olive you have to put olive. So I'm gonna pick up gray, go through the next bead, pick up olive, go through the next bead, pick up gray, go through the next bead, pick up olive, go through the next bead. Now here, see 5 and 6, so 5 goes over the 6, like so. Hold it in place, take your needle and continue peyote. Gray over the gray, olive over the olive, gray over the gray, olive over the olive, so this is all we have. Now 3 and 4, third goes over the fourth, and continue your peyote. Gray over the gray, olive over the olive. It's pretty easy in this pattern. You just take one gray, then one olive, one gray, one olive, so you don't have to really concentrate on it too much. And now the last two. Make sure this one goes over the top. Gray, olive, gray, olive. So one row done. Now if you just leave it at that, your threads gonna be showing and your peyote is a bit loose, so we're gonna go ahead and go back, add one more row. So holding like so, make sure your beads are all in the correct order, not too much thread showing. Hold it in place and start peyote backwards. Gray, olive, gray, olive, gray, olive, gray, olive, and so on. Just make sure you don't skip. See, it's a bit twisty because we twisted those strips of peyote, so it's not going to be exactly a straight line. It's easy to keep track. Almost done. Now that's first unit done. Now we do the second. To do that, I'm just gonna flip it over. Here, we again gonna make 8 strips of peyote, but there's gonna be one difference. First and the last are not gonna be 19 rows, but 17 rows each. So for the first one, instead of 19 olives, I'm gonna pick up 17 and start my peyote. So gray, olive, and back, gray, olive, and so on until I finish all 17 olive beads, or whatever color you are using in the middle. So now that I finished this row, I have to take my needle to this very bottom Delica. So we just pretty much do the same we did in the first unit. Just take your needle through the beads, strengthening it on the way. Up. Down. And then straight up here. That's where we're supposed to be. And then from here you continue like in the first unit. You add a strip of 19 rows, 19, 19, 19, and the last one again 17. So I have my 19 olive beads. I'm just gonna start it with you. So gray, olive, and back, gray, olive, and then repeat until you finish your 19 beads. Then add 19 rows here, 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 and the last one add 17 like in the first one, and then meet me back here. Now it's time to connect them. To do that, now first and last row, I don't put them over or under anything, they just stay at the ends. And now when I finish the last strip here, what I want to do is to make sure this strip doesn't come apart when I'm connecting them. So all I'm gonna do is just go down here and then go up. That way this strip is reinforced and will stay in place. And well, let's go ahead and connect them. So I'm gonna pick up a gray, a bronze, here. This one goes over the top here. Then I continue connecting gray, bronze, gray, bronze. Then pull it up. See? And this too. This one goes over the top here. Gray, bronze, gray, bronze, or whatever the colors you're using. Here, these two, This goes over the top. Gray. Bronze. Gray. Bronze. And then this last strip, so you just connect it. Gray. Bronze. And that's how you do the second unit. It's pretty easy. Just follow the instructions and you'll get it. And now just go ahead and add one more row of peyote. Make sure you put gray on top of gray, bronze on top of bronze. So that's 2 units done. And then you just flip it over and then you start the first unit. Finish the first unit, flip over second unit. So you just keep repeating that on and on until you get the required length. Your required length, you have to be sure that when you finish, this end comes around your wrist and meets this end. And then when it's done, all you have to do is just add a strip of peyote identical to this. That's where you attach the second side of the velcro. I'll pretend I'm finished, so all I'm gonna do is just keep adding peyote rows with gray, because I start with gray or whatever color you are using. So to add the velcro, I'm gonna show it on this first bracelet. And there's one lesson from here. This velcro has already a glue on it, but it's not meant to glue on glass. So this bracelet, I had it done months ago, but if I pull it up, look, it comes off. So I'm just gonna pull it off. You don't want to spend all this time making a bracelet for it to end up lost. So we're gonna make sure we're gonna attach velcro that stays in place. Now, to do that, we're gonna take this, you have to measure it. Now this one is about 4 centimeters wide. Now velcro has to be smaller than that. So I'm gonna take about 3.5 maybe, and then cut the rest. So I'm just gonna take 3.5 here, 3.5 here. Then I'm just gonna cut it. That's it. And I have my jewelry glue. I have my stick. What I'm gonna do is take a tray. I'm gonna take this. This is quite a strong glue, but obviously not strong enough for glass. So what I'm gonna do, for it to stay in place on the bracelet, I'm gonna add some jewelry glue, small bit, just 1 dot here, 1 dot here, 1 dot here, and here. That's it. This keeps on gluing on my nails. Pretty strong. So that's why we're not gonna do the glue all over it. We just need it to stay in place when it sticks to our bracelets. I'm gonna just spread it around. Spread it around. That's it. Then I'm gonna take it. Put my bracelet. And try to center it. That's it. And then I'm gonna do the second side. Glue, glue. Spread the glue a bit. That's it. And now here, when you glue the second side, see the velcro here? I'm gonna flip it over and then glue on this side. So I'm gonna bring the velcro, try to center it. And now I'm just gonna let it dry overnight. So the bracelet is done. For reference, I put the twist bracelets next to it. Gosh, it's been so long I did them, but they never age. They look just as cute as the day I made them. So this one, it's much wider. It's 8 beads wider. And as you can see, even though the technique was pretty similar, the end result is completely different. And if you use different colors, I would love to see them. So if you haven't joined Kara's Beaders group on Facebook, please do share photos of your work if you do them in different color, because I would love to see how they look. Because here you can see how different they look. This is darker colors, this is lighter colors, and they look absolutely different. So I would love to see this in lighter color if you do one. And the velcro, easy peasy. So here, that's it. So remember we added a glue, so you can still pull out the edge, but once you reach the glue part, it stops, so it's not gonna come off. So that's good. Hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I will leave all the links in the description box. Don't forget to check out my shop, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye bye.